Good morning. It's good to see you today. Hope you rested well last night. Come on with us to the book of Proverbs. We're going to be looking in Proverbs chapter 6 today, and the title of our study is Go to the Ant, and we're going to read the passage that this comes from. It's Proverbs chapter 6 at verse 8. Come along with us. It says, verse 6, it says, Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no captain, overseer, or ruler, provides her supplies in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? Sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man. To think about the account of going to the ant, you might consider that we are called to learn from nature. And that is one of the purposes, I think, of nature all around us. Think about Jesus as he was teaching the disciples, and he would say, Consider the birds of the air. Well, he wanted them to consider the birds of the air. As he said, Consider the lilies of the field. He wanted them to consider the flowers. And granted, those things have they're not going to teach us everything about God's will, but there are lessons that we can learn from them. Here, the sluggard. The sluggard is not learning in the typical fashion. So the sluggard is called to go to nature, because nature teaches us. Learn from nature. In this case, go to the ants and see how the ants work. Our second point is we learn as we go to the ants, we learn about initiative. The passage talks about how they have no captain, overseer, or ruler. You might think about it. They have no leader, they have no supervisor, that they have no lord over them, and yet they still work. It is the idea they don't have anyone looking over their shoulder. Some people, they only work as long as the boss is there, frankly. And when the cat's away, the mice will play. Well, that's how we are a lot of times, and we need to be different. We need to go to the ant. We need to learn about initiative. That they have no ruler, they have no overseer, they have no captain. They just get to work. So we need to be the sort of people who we don't need to be poked and prodded. Now, sometimes we have to be poked and prodded. Here, the sluggard is being poked and prodded into action. We need to be better. We need to learn about initiative. We also need to learn about preparation. As we look to the ant, we go to the ant, and it talks about providing her supplies in the summer and gathering her food in the harvest. What the ant is doing, she is preparing. She's preparing herself. There's different facets of that, different aspects of that we might consider. That certainly, as the ant goes about its business, it is, and she's preparing her food as it is. Well, she's also eating, but she's not eating everything. She's laying by as well. Sometimes folks, they consume as much as they can, and they live it up. They live it up in the time that they're in. And they don't look towards the future. They don't prepare for the future. Go to the ant and see what the ant is doing. Because the ant, some of y'all may know I came from down south in Louisiana. And those fire ants, and they come out every spring, all through the summer. But when it starts getting a little bit cooler, a little bit colder, they're going to go underground. You won't see them again for quite a while. But they're not dead. They're underground. So what they're doing all through the summer is they're preparing for that time. We need to learn about preparation because our future depends on it. And that's what the proverb points to as well. As it says, A little sleep, verse 10, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man. The reason that we take initiative, the reason that we prepare, is because our future depends on it. We can be thinking about this physically. Hopefully, we're also thinking about this spiritually, that we need to be preparing ourselves. We need to show some initiative, and we need to be thinking about the future. Go to the ant, you sluggard. This world is full. This world is full of, frankly, lazy people. The world is full of lazy people who want everyone else to take care of them. And you know what? For their own sake, they ought to go to the ant, and they ought to learn about taking initiative, preparing themselves physically, spiritually, all aspects of life. You might consider it just a little bit of our daily bread just to get us going today. Hope you have a good day today. Hope you're able to tune in tomorrow for another study from God's Word. Thanks for being with us.